be sitting right here.
What about some nice folks?
You can sit,
Right here.
down. You can sit down.
I need to get back behind this speaker over there. My room.
Hey,
We sit down.
should he be in the middle or should he be down towards the end? Yeah. Yeah. Hey, Robbie, usually it's like right in here towards the middle. The board members will help put. Daryl, you know how we always move.
I'm just thinking it's tight, and with that speaker there, it's going to be tight. They'll get back.
Well, that's
back
where
up a little.
that's where you can be back up a little bit.
The speaker's there, so I'll probably just stick your hand behind you.
I didn't see that.
We'll just go with that slow. Don't keep the pressure on me down. That's why we're back.
I never did see Mr. Hill, but I'm pretty sure he's the guy here. Good. Hey, saying it's not going to have a rise. It's going to be dark. You can't put those golf carts in. It's like a demolition derby out there anyway, where everybody tries to leave.
one of us to have the opportunity to make it to this point, and thank you in advance for watching over us as we each go our separate ways. Thank you for the integrity, courage, boldness, and strength found in each and every graduate. I ask you to further pave our ways as we strive to do impossible things, because through you, impossible things are happening every day. Allow us each to become our own person and mold ourselves into the individuals that you want us to be. As we take this night to focus on our future, I pray that you would allow us to reminisce and appreciate our past. I pray that you never let us forget who we are or where we began. I ask you to remind us of our bonds, ties, and friendships that connect us to this place. Lord, I ask that our bonds as a class will never be broken, and that you will protect each graduate as we now go down different paths. Lord, I pray that you be with us as we part from the normality of our everydays. Be with those that will be fighting for our freedom at home and overseas. Please keep your hand of protection upon them and bring them safely home to their loved ones. Be with those going into the work floors and provide them with the skills needed to be successful. Be with those who are furthering their education and give them knowledge so that they can apply them for the rest of their days. Be with us now and touch each body until we are called back together again. In Jesus' name, I do humbly pray. Amen. Next slide.
Thank you. Very good. And on behalf of the senior class, staff members, members of our Board of Education, Superintendent Davis, and myself, we welcome you to Mustang Gymnasium and to the 2018 Muhlenberg County High School graduation ceremony. Seniors, earlier in the year, former UK player Derek Anderson came to speak to you about stamina. He stated, "Every day I woke up, I always had a plan to better myself." Class of 2018, for 13 years, you started each year with a goal of, this year will be a better year. And now you're about to walk across this stage to complete your better year. You have worked hard to get to this moment. Be proud of your better year. And be proud of your accomplishments. And as you leave MCHS, I'd like to remind you of something else Derek Anderson said. Don't let someone's opinion about you become reality. Be you. Be proud of you. And always remember that your home is here in Mustang Nation. So let's take this opportunity to begin one of your proudest moments, and that is graduating high school. At this time, I would like to ask our 4 salutatorians to please come forward. Mackenzie Carver, Micah Hankins, Olivia Perkins, and Elijah Williams.
Should I get on the side of you?
Sure.
No, I'll be on the screen.
Ladies, gentlemen, parents, friends, teachers, and faculty, good evening. Tonight we celebrate the graduation of Muhlenberg County High School class of 2018. It is our honor to be this class's quadruple salutatorian.
Got it.
I am not quite sure we've ever had this many salutatorians graduate from MCHS in one year, but I do you know that this is very telling of how dedicated and hardworking this class of 2018 really is.
When we sat down to write this speech, we had no idea what direction we wanted to go. Just minutes in, we would get off task, reminiscing with each other and our fellow classmates on all the memories we all shared throughout the years. Tonight's graduation is more than just our liberation from high school. It's a celebration of all the good and bad times we shared at MCHS, and a celebration of the amazing teachers and faculty who, though at times made us want to pull our hair out, wanted nothing but the best for us.
Long ago, well before we became who we are today, we were asked, "What do you want to be when you grow up?" At the time, this was an impossible question to answer, and for some of us, it still is. Graduates, no matter what you plan to do after tonight, whether it be going into the workforce, enlisting in the military, or continuing your education and attending college, try and focus on the little things in life.
To quote Tim Minchin, I never really had one of these big dreams, and so I advocate passionate dedication to the pursuit of short-term goals. Be micro-ambitious. Put your head down and work with pride on whatever is in front of you. You never know where you might end up. Just be aware that the next worthy pursuit will probably appear in your periphery, which is why you should be careful of long-term dreams. If you focus too far in front of you, you won't see the shiny thing out of the corner of your eye.
So, fellow Mustangs, always remember to be aware of where you are right now, and to not be so focused on rushing through life to get where you want to go. If we are focused solely on the destination, we will miss all the amazing moments along the way. Just like if we were focused on getting to this moment, graduation, we would miss all of the great moments we had these past 4 years.
Let's take it back to our freshman year, our first year of high school. Freshman year brought many exciting but nerve-wracking moments since it was our first year in the new school. For us, freshman year brought forth many new starts. After years of being rivals, the Suns and Stars became the Mustangs. Despite spending 3 years rooting against each other at football and basketball games, we quickly put all that behind us and started to cheer on one team. Everyone was changing, and we all felt free to grow into the creative and unique young adults we are today.
Freshman year also brought sad times as the breakup of One Direction flipped America upside down, though the boys seem to remember this a little differently. This was the most overwhelming year for all of us as we tried to find our place at this strange new school. From choosing our lunch tables to trying to make it through the mile and gym, freshman year can only be described as a whirlwind.
Fast forward to next fall and we find ourselves entering sophomore year. After being the fresh meat last year, it was finally time for us to take our spots as the top dogs of East. By sophomore year, most of us had finally found our place at MCHS. Time stood still when we found out that we could no longer carry backpacks in classrooms, but we quickly forgot about the excruciating back pain when the school introduced Wings and Rings, the real MVP. We remember everyone racing down to the cafeteria on Wednesday to make sure they got their fair share.
Sophomore year also meant the first time at our East was coming to a close. It had been just 2 years and we were already about to leave the school we had come to love, amongst many other emotions. We said our final goodbyes and traveled 5 miles down the road to West Campus.
I don't think any of us expected junior year to be as rough as it was. For many, it was a reality check and a nasty punch in the gut. I think we can all agree that junior year was the most difficult year of high school.
Junior year brought many late-night study sessions, stress crying over homework, and cramming for the ACT, all of which really made us question whether or not college was really worth it. For many of us, this was also the year we got our licenses, attended our first prom, and listened to Mr. Stovall yell the happy birthday song countless times. Senior year still felt so far away as we watched the class ahead of us graduate. Little did we know how fast it would come.
It wasn't until we first walked through the doors on August 10th that we truly realized we were seniors. And I can say without a doubt that senioritis is a very real thing. And almost everyone graduating here today has fallen victim to senioritis at some point this year. Some more than others. Gonzo, 19 absences. Senior year also came with a lot of lasts. Our last first day of school, our last high school finals week, our last throat punch Thursday with Miss Thompson, and our last time leading the chants in the student section.
While this year held many lasts, it also held many beginnings. For most of us, this was the first time we toured colleges, the first time applying for scholarships, and the first time we realized that we would have to say goodbye to the school and our friends that we had grown so close to these past 4 years. This year was the first time we had to really think about life after high school. For some of us, that meant deciding on a college or technical school to attend next year. For others, it meant deciding to enlist in the military or enter the workforce. No matter where we end up, though, we will always be Mustangs.
We would like to thank our family and friends for supporting us through these last 4 years, and to the teachers and faculty members for encouraging us along the way. You were all always there whenever we desperately needed letters of recommendation, wanted someone to read over our college essays, or required extra study sessions for big tests coming up. Thank you to Ms. Chapman for inspiring us to be positive in spite of our struggles. To Mr. Bryant for making history enjoyable and memorable. To Ms. Bogus for always going above and beyond to help each of us in our academic and athletic careers as well as our daily lives. To Ms. Hancock for being such a bright light even on dark days. And to Ms. Thompson for always expecting the best from us and sharing a love of Disney World with us.
Although we cannot possibly shout out every incredible teacher that we have impacted over the past 4 years, it is very clear that there is no way that we would be here or headed where we are going without the help and guidance of our teachers have given us along the way.
Langston Hughes once wrote in his poem Dreams, "Hold fast to dreams, for if dreams die, life is a broken-winged bird that cannot fly." These past 4 years have given us all the chance to grow our own wings. Now we challenge you, class of 2018, to always hold tight to your dreams and to never let your wings become broken. And always remember, make it a Mustang Day. Thank you.
Thank you, Salutatorians. At this time, I would like to ask Senior Keely Dennis to please come and present the senior music of Why Wait.
Remember all the
Thank you, Keely. At this time, I would like to ask your co-valedictorians, McKenna Dukes and McKenna Gill, to please come forward and address the class.
Family, faculty, staff, and fellow classmates. Well, this is it. What can I even begin to say? I stayed up really late last night trying to find the words to speak for the whole class. However, after a mental breakdown and a break for cookies, I realized that words simply cannot describe our senior class. The class of 2018 holds more potential than any other class. We are unique. What other school has a group of kids that are referred to as the Yees? We are crazy. You should hear how loud these kids can screech when they're just walking down the hallways. We are stubborn. Whenever administration revoked our bathroom privileges sophomore year, students decided to protest by wearing orange like a prisoner. Most importantly, though, we are Mustangs. I know many of us cannot wait to get out of here, whether here be this hot gym or here be the county, but let us not forget who we are. We are the combination of 5 elementary schools, 2 middle schools, and even 2 high school campuses. We are the north end of the county, and we are the south end of the county. We are Bremen, we are Central City, Greenville, Dunmore, and all the places in between. It is weird knowing that Tuesday will be the final time we walk through the halls as students. It is even more weird knowing that this is probably the last time that the class of 2018 will be together in the same place again. It is weird when you realize that the past 4 years really did go by in the blink of an eye, just like your parents probably told you. I don't know how many of you have seen The Office, but Andy Bernard, one of the most positive TV characters out there, once said, "I wish there was a way to know you're in the good old days before you've actually left them." Seniors, these are the good old days. The screeching yee-yees running through the hallways, Mr. Hancock pretending to be the Grinch around Christmas time just so he could bully the freshmen, the class parties thrown on every special occasion to get out of doing work. These are our foundations. These are the good days that will be over before we know it. So, as you set out on your path, continue making the most out of every day. However, do not forget the good days that have already happened here at Muhlenberg County High School. Thank you.
Class of 2018, as we begin the reality of the life we have been dreaming of since the first grade, always remember where you came from. There will be many times throughout the rest of your life that you will want to give up. You will want to throw away all of your hard work because life has not been handing you the best deal. Whether people know this or not, I was brought up in a broken home. It's all I knew. Through all the heartache and tribulation, I was encouraged by friends and family I surrounded myself with. I'm not wise, nor have I been through it all to give a good piece of advice, but I can say that life is a lot easier when you have God on your side. Things may not always go the way you plan, but it is important to always stay faithful and believe that in the end, everything will always work out for the best. Along your journey, you will fail, but do not be discouraged when this happens because you will see growth in the end. The important thing to remember is to stay determined, continue growing, and strive to be a better example and person for the young people of our community, and simply be yourself. I am so proud and honored to be a small part of the accomplishments the class of 2018 will do. I have been blessed with some of the greatest lifelong friends, and I encourage each and every one of you to find a group of people that can hold you accountable. It is a true honor to stand before you today, and remember one thing, class of 2018, once a Mustang, always a Mustang. Thank you.
Thank you, ladies. As shared earlier during the invocation, many of you are going to college, workforce, and other various areas. But one particular area I would like to take an opportunity in recognizing are those of you who are planning to further your career in the military. So if you would please stand at this time so that we may recognize you and thank you. Mr. Davis, if you will take your place. First row.
Jerry, move down some in case I toss you.
Lee Thomas Abbott. Hannah Lee Abshire. Hunter Michael Adler. Preston Lee Adler. Jenna Marie Allen. Cody Wayne Arnett. McKenna Taylor Arnold. Benjamin Lloyd Austin. Rachel Elizabeth Bandy. Chelsea Lane Barber. Briquel Leanne Beadnell. Braxton Jacob Cage Beasley. Andrew Michael Benningfield. Ivy Alexis Benson. Macaulay Ray Benson. Reagan Alexis Blackburn. Madison Renee Booth. Cody J. Brady. Alexandra Nicole Brooks. Jacob Ezekiel Brooks. Trinity Victoria Elizabeth Brooks. Dakota Ridley Brown. Noah Kane Browning. Sydney Caitlin Bruce. Wesley Scott Bryan. Chelsea Paige Bryant. Shelby Elizabeth Lynn Buchanan. Kennedy Drew Bunch. Brant Lane Kane. Savannah Jade Kane. Zachary Bo Kane. Ashley Joe Campbell. Austin Ray Kaplan. Dakota Dawn Kaplan. Dylan Patrick Capps. Camden Lynn Carver. Mackenzie Brianne Carver. Erica Michelle Carey. Stephen Nicholas Casey. Esteban Feliciana Castillo. Nicholas Blaine Caudell. Macy Nicola Cerny. Andrew Malcolm Cheney. Ryan Trey Cheney. Andrew Sharwin Wong. Valero Chatti. Taylor Elizabeth Sisney. Hayden Elizabeth Clack. AC J. Clark. Damian Christopher Cole. Liam Ryan Collins. Logan Ray Conway. Alexis Jade Corriette. Alyssa Diane Corsi. Zachary Lane Creek. Sarah Nicole Crick. Haley Dawn Croft. Ricky Louise Ayala Croxton. Keely Lachey Culberson. Marissa Jade Day. Destiny Nicole Lear.
There you go, Destiny. There you go. Congratulations, man.
Brianna Nicole Davenport. Destiny Delina Davidson. Austin Drew Davis. Hannah Paige Davis. Silas Andrew Davis. Bryson Dean DeBerry. Keely Shay Dennis.
Congratulations.
Mackenzie Paige Dickerson. Deontay Maurice Dillard. Keaton Deshaun Dillard. Jordan Trey Dobbs. Jolynn Nicole Doris. McKenna Michelle Dukes. Thomas Bradford Dukes. Sarah May Dunning. Chase Tucker Edwards. Destiny Key Edwards. Jeremiah Bryce Edwards. Brittany Danielle Ellis. Mallory Lynn Ellison. Tori Gail Irwin. Bailey Renee Evans. Spencer Deward Everly. Parker Thomas Evans. Joshua Allen Farley. Kennedy Dawn Fleming. Amy Elizabeth Fleener. Kaylee Brooke Fleener. Shanna Michelle Foster. Jesse Dean Fox. Alexander Ray Frazier. Megan Nicole Fugate. Cortland Paige Fulkerson. Kendra Paige Fulkerson. Cassidy Beth Garrett. Levi Jordan Garrett. Dakota Lee Gates. Stephen Jacob Gates. Francesca Gesualdi. Kinsley Beth Gibson. McKenna Paige Gill. Bronson Reese Goff. Jacelyn Dawn Goley. Cameron Scott Gonzalez. Ayana Michelle Goodfriend. Caitlin Marie Gosser. Olivia Michelle Graber. Braden Tyler Griffin. Mackenzie Elizabeth Griffin. Blakeland Shay Groves. Jacob Wayne Grundy. Eden Elizabeth Hadley. Clark Daniel Hall. Cameron Ray Hall. Daniel Levi Hample. Micah Renee Hankins. Benjamin Curtis Hardison. Michaela Rianne Hargrove. Haley Faith Harris. Russell James Harris. Maya Lachey Harvey. Haley Michelle Hauslin. Braden Wells Hibbs. Barbara Lynn Higgs. Cameron Joseph Hill. Cameron Marie Hawker. James Dylan Hawker. Lamisha Lois Hawker. Alexis Beth Haft. Brianna Lee Holland. Gabrielle Brooke Hovatter. Natalie Ann Howard. Michaela Dawn Humphreys. Jeremy Dakota Jarvis. Lindsay Caroline Jarvis. Luke Robert Jenkins. Jacqueline Renee Johnson. Jonathan Wayne Johnson. Kevin Michael Johnson. Nicholas Ray Johnson. Robert Braden Brady Johnson. Tyler Michael Johnston. Ryan Neal Jolly. Sierra Joyce Rashay Jones. Elizabeth Ann Jones. Kelsey Nicole Jones. Ethan Thomas Justice. Madison Marie Kelly. Travis Allen Kelm. Adam Ray Kelton. Brody Keith Kennedy. Yayanam Kim. Alex Matthew Kirtley. Zachary Cole Knight. Braden Scott Lacefield. Jackie Lee Lambert. Taya Marie Landrum. Timothy Caleb Langley. Laura Elizabeth Lear. Nathaniel Stewart Lear. Dylan Seth Lee. Jonathan Wayne Lindsay. Peyton Garrett Lipe. McKinley Drew Lowe. McKaylee Drew Lowe. Brandon Lee Luttrell. Carson Nathaniel Maddox. Rachel Michelle Mann. Jasmine Marie Matusik. Meredith Grace Mays. Joshua Schuyler McDowell. Trevor James McElwain. Hannah Elizabeth McGee. Jason Lee McIntosh. Montana Lane McKinney. Sarah K. McPherson. Matthew Dow Miller. Jordan Abigail Mitchell. Olivia Morgan Montgomery. Kennedy Yvonne Sloan Morris. Luke Spencer Morris. Harley Joe Musgrave. Brennan Tyler Myers. Kayla Marie Nanny. Dakota Trace Nelson. Hung Nguyen. William Walton Knopfsinger. Madeline Ray Oates. Caitlin Madison O'Neill. Bradley Lee Parker. Thomas Allen Pentecost. Olivia Ann Perkins. Callista Lee Peterson. Tyrell Deontay Peterson. Cameron Seth Peevler. Summer Rayanne Payton. Destiny Lynn Phelps. Grace Elizabeth Phelps. Sarah Michelle Phelps. Caitlin Blair Phipps. Caitlin Deanne Piper. Richard Tyler Piper. Sheridan Hope Piper. Evan Anthony Poole. Jacob Hunter Powell. Ashley Lachey Putman. Bryce Tyler Rager. Daniel Eduardo Rascon. Carson Scott Recky. Forrest Hunter Revlett. Colton Bruce Vasquez Rhodes. Brianna Starr Richardson. Braden Ray Riley. Ezekiel Kenneth Ritchie. Caitlin Madison Jane Robinson. Nicholas Wade Robinson. Jamie Lynn Raleigh. Autumn Brooke Rowe. Ethan Sean Ruark. Ginger Cherie Sanderson. Kobe Logan Sapp. Soraya Emery Shank. Nathaniel Avery Schnottinger. Isaac Cole Shanks. Lexus Shay Shelton. Brandon Lee Shrewsbury. Cameron Markel Schultz. Hugo Silbersack. Angelia Lynn Simmons. Harley Madison Slaughter. Brianna Nicole Smith. Charles Madden Summers. Genevieve Michelle Staples. Carson Seth Steele. Dakota Edward Stogner. Ethan Ty Strader. Haley Abigail Strader. Jeffrey Todd Stringer. Amara Dawn Stroud. Brody William Sublett. Chelsea Nicole Summers. Brandon Kirby Swansea. Alex Bruce Taylor. Carter Terrell Taylor. Kaylee Lynn Temple. Amber Marie Thornton. Nathan Tyler Tomlin. Dakota Wayne Travis. Morgan Elizabeth Travis. Brittany Leanne Tucker. Tesla Ray Underwood. Alex Hunter Van Hook. Colton Dwayne Vault. Joshua Kane Vault. Grace Elizabeth Vincent. Joshua Aaron Vincent. Jacqueline Nicole Waddell. Lauren Novell Walker. Shanoa Grace Wallace. Michael Aaron Walton. Megan Elizabeth Ward. Jacob Daniel Ware. Matthew Ryan Webster. Lila Mae Weichel. Justin Allen Westbrook. Tamara Nicole White. Ethan Shane Whitehouse. Jennifer Rebecca Whitehouse. Mariah Hope Whitehouse. Natalie Nicole Whitfield. Cy Carwell Whitler. Caleb Allen Whitmer. Dylan Brian Williams. Elijah Drew Williams. Holden Robert Williams. Trenton Lee Wilson. Caitlin Jean Wood. Kelsey Margaret Wood. Tiffany Lynn Wood. Jonna Rhiannon Woodson.
Congratulations. All right. Good job.
Seniors, at this time, I would like to ask Zach Creek to please come forward and provide the benediction.
You may set it up.
He says he has it set up. You would just need to go ask her.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, let me first say it has been a true honor being the class of 2018's class president. A true honor. And what do you say? One last joke of the day, for old time's sakes. What's an astronaut's favorite place on the keyboard? The space bar. And now, please join me in this spoken Old Irish benediction. May the road rise to meet you. May the wind be ever at your back. May the sun shine warm upon your face and the rains fall soft upon your fields. And until we meet again, may God hold you in the palm of His hand. Thank you.
Drop this one. Okay.
Does she want to do it again?
I'm taking this microphone in case that quits again.
Okay, but she does want to do it again. Okay. Senior class, we have the opportunity to help Miss Keely Dennis to do her song again, so if you would bear with me. Miss Dennis, the stage is all yours.
Look at your
Seniors, if you would, move your tassel. Wait a minute, before we do the other thing, you know what we got to do. Here we go. Thank you all and be safe going home. Nice job, class.